it gets kind of deep with this one. Because a lot of times we tend to let society and we tend to let other people, friends, family, even our own selves determine our destiny or what we want to achieve in our lives, when it should be, ultimately, it should be our future selves deciding in our now, present time, what we want to achieve. Because I'll give you a little bit of information. Like, growing up with me, like, I had very, very high aspirations, whether it would be like with cross country, whether it be with school, whether it be with whatever. And I always wanted to be like the top number 1%. I didn't want to be like a participation trophy. I always hated that growing up. I never, and at the time I never understood why. Because everyone was happy. Oh, parents, you should be happy with the participation award. I'm like, brother, I don't. And I always, growing up, I was always like competitive. I always liked like competition. You know what I'm saying? I've always liked, you know, heat of the battle. I always like seeing like other people better than me, because growing up, and still to this day, I like to see other people doing better than me in that field, because I love to feel like a big fish in a bigger pond instead of a small fish in a small pond. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the phrase goes. I think it was big fish in small pond. That way, big fish in a small pond or some crap. But it was just overall, I was just like, you gotta just realize, dude, that like you're not doing this for them, you know? Like a lot of times we get pushed with college and stuff like that, and then it's just like college ain't for everybody, you know what I'm saying? Then you get into debt and you just realize that you want to do something else. If you want to talk about the gym with it, it's just like you get pushed to get a certain type of like attributes to build up your physique, and it's just like I never wanted that. Like a lot of people talk about, I want the Broly physique. Well, I'm like, okay, go for it. But a lot of people are just like, oh, well, you should get like this, that, and the third. You can get whatever thing you want. It's your story. It's like you gotta realize that you yourself are like kind of the overall, just as funny and as cliche as it sounds. You're the select one. You're the player one of your life. You know, everybody else is player two, except for Big G, which is God. Which is that's the announcer for Super Smash Brothers. He knows what's up. You know, but anyways, you just gotta realize who's controlling your life, because a lot of times you see people with a whole bunch of strings. What I mean by strings, they're being puppeteered. Like you see in the gym also, you see those people that, hey, if they ain't going, if the one person that you know ain't going to the gym, you ain't going. I'm like, well, and then you get mad when you don't get the results when they don't go. And then you mad that you don't get the physique they don't have. It's even if with money too. Like this is not just the gym. It's even with just overall just stuff. Like you're mad that like you're not having what they have, even though that you only go when they go. And if they're not disciplined, and you say, oh, I'm disciplined, and I'll just go when they go, then you're not going. Like that makes no sense. People try to say, oh, well, like he's my right or whatever. Brother, you could take the bus. It is not that far. And you're like, oh, well, it's too hot. Then go early. Half of the gyms out here open at 4. And if you don't have a gym out here at 4, you can do calisthenics, push-ups, dips, all this other stuff. But I don't know how YouTube, like, people make all these excuses and talking about how they rely on this one person. Rather, at the end of the day, if that person says screw you and F off, then like who you got in your corner? You either got the only people you got in your corner is either yourself and God, or yourself and another religious figure. Because at the end of the day, this is your life. This is your story. And you and God have the attributes and the power and the skill and the knowledge to be able to manipulate this thing we call life and then just change it to whatever you want to be. Like, you think these celebrities out here started off as celebrities? No. Half of them did it. Half of them started off in the trenches. Not because they wanted to be in the trenches, but because think about it. If they started off as a celebrity, they would not have the thing to keep going, to keep hitting the heights. Because when you have nothing, you value everything. And when you have everything, you value nothing. You get what I'm saying? It just gets deep because you ever realize why the celebrities don't value certain celebrities that are, like had celebrity kids, that certain those celebrity kids were spoiled. They don't value anything. Like for instance, Michael Jordan's son. He said on Michael Jordan's son, you can't do this. Like if he went with the trenches with Michael Jordan. If he was in the trenches with Michael Jordan before Michael Jordan was even the thing, if they were brothers and that type of vibe, and they grew up together, and then like they both became Michael Jordans by themselves. Like he became Michael Jordan, like the GOAT, obviously, and he became Michael Jordan, whatever. He wouldn't be saying, "Oh, I'm Michael Jordan's son." Even if he was saying that, he would be saying that in a different type of tone. You know what I'm saying? It gives someone just this false sense of arrogance, where it's just like, "Oh, well, because my family did something, that means I can get away with certain stuff." I'm just like, well, no, you can't, because a lot of people, what happens is they have this certain false sense of arrogance where it's just like, oh, my family member owns this spot, and then like I can do whatever I want. No, it's that your dad owns that spot. Your dad knows the infrastructure. Your dad is very charismatic. Your dad respects the people. If you don't respect the people, that's not a reflection on your dad. That's really a reflection on you, because you have no work ethic and you're just hella arrogant. So you just gotta realize that you're not a puppet. You are the puppet of your own life, brother. You have no strings. There are no strings on you. You gotta be like Ultra. I have no strings on me, brother. The only strings I have are the ones that I'm controlling, that God are helping me move. Point blank, period. And we gotta stop letting people decide what our lives need to be. We are player one. We are not player two. You need to pick up this damn controller, brother, and get to work, brother. It's about to be summer, bro. You need to pick up this damn controller, brother. I swear.